Welcome to the Prime Real Estate Network channel on YouTube. I'm your host, Mr. Prime Real Estate, Ric Davis.
And I'm your host, the Texas Real Estate King, LarryWBrooks.
Every week, the King and I will provide you exclusive access to our network of lenders, investors, and real estate professionals from both the commercial and residential real estate sectors.
Now, are you millionaire minded? Or maybe you're a millionaire in the making. Make sure that you subscribe so you can get connected to the network. And always remember, the Prime Real Estate Network, where millionaires are in the making.
Create wealth for generations.
What's up, Prime Real Estate Network listeners? It's your man, LarryWBrooks, a.k.a. the Texas Real Estate King. Hey, when you get a moment, go ahead and go over to shoplwb.com. You can see the Pure Hustle merchandise that we had over there, some of our newer items that we have in stock, and of course, I got all the books that I've authored. I'd love for your support. You have a great day.
Good day. Welcome to the Prime Real Estate Network podcast. I'm your host, Ric Davis. If you don't follow me on social media, I invite you to do so at Prime Real Estate Ric. If you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in residential or commercial real estate anywhere in the great state of Texas, but especially here in our lovely city of Houston, please reach out to me on Instagram at Prime Real Estate Ric. As always, it's an honor and a pleasure to be here with you this week, just like it is every week here on the Prime Real Estate Network show. And I want to invite everyone in the audience who's checking us out live to get involved in today's show. If you're checking us out live on YouTube or Facebook, leave myself or the Texas Real Estate King a relevant real estate question in the comments section. And you never know, we may be able to get to answering your question on today's show. So without any further ado, I'd like to introduce my co-host. He is not only a highly successful real estate broker, he is a multi-time author, serial entrepreneur, the proud proprietor of the Pure Hustle clothing brand. I'd like to thank him so much for sitting in with us this week on the show. I'd like to introduce to our audience, the Texas Real Estate King, Mr. Larry W. Brooks. How are you?
What up, what up? What up, Rick? I ain't got no complaints, man. It is good to be back with the family. It is good to be back in front of the screen. It is good to be back, just talking real estate and bringing on people that are experts in the industry today. So I'm excited, man. This is always something that I look forward to every Thursday. I know YouTube look forward to having us on here every Thursday. So everyone out there, make sure you like, subscribe, tell someone. And like everyone else says, it helps the YouTube algorithm.
Hey, look, man, it's great to have you here with us. Normally, I always ask you what's been going on this week in the world of the Texas Real Estate King. Yep. But anybody who follows you on social media or who checked us out last week knows you've done a great job of promoting the HAR board election.
Yes.
So I hope everyone out there in the audience who had a chance to check us out last week, who could meet some of the ladies that's running for the board, those who follow you on social media, that our HAR members have gotten out and gotten involved in that election process. So could you elaborate to our audience, sir, about what's been going on this week and why you've been so passionate about getting the word out as far as that's concerned?
Yeah, because you know what, Rick, as licensees, these are the people that sit on the boards and advise their advisors for different areas of our community and our licensees as realtors. And the people that we brought on the show, I trust them. People that I've shared on my platform, I trust them. So those are different. If you're a licensee, you need to vote. And the thing is once you get active and you start voting for the things that take place within our real estate association, you get to learn more about what we do. Like, it's amazing to me that we all know about the lawsuits that take place.
Okay, we'll be bringing back Larry in a second. We had a small technical difficulty. But what I think he was elaborating on is how everyone in the social media space, those in the media space, have done such a profound job of talking about the NAR settlement, the lawsuit that occurred. And it's really important that we also had paid the same amount of attention to things like local board elections like we're having here at the HARs, because these licensees, these real estate professionals will be the ones that are making policy, that are discussing those things that affect not only real estate licensees and those that practice real estate, but also those who are homeowners, those who are investing in the city of Houston, the state of Texas, and all the areas in which the members of HAR service. So We want to thank everybody who's been involved, who's gotten out. If you have not, go to HAR, click on the board election. You'll have opportunity to see all those that are running, those you may know, those you may not know. Do your due diligence, do your research, and make the best decision and elect those candidates that you feel are the most passionate and have the most to provide as far as expertise and service to serve the entire real estate community. Today's show is one that Larry and myself have been really anxiously anticipating as soon as this week's guest had an opportunity to confirm that he'd be able to sit in with us. Because here at the Prime Real Estate Network, we pride ourselves on providing the members of our audience with all the tools necessary to create generational wealth. Not just have a job, not just have a career, not just have an investment portfolio, but a network of like-minded individuals, all dedicated to creating the generational wealth and closing that wealth gap that has developed here in the United States of America. So what I want to do at this time is introduce this week's guest. This fine gentleman is not only an expert in crypto trading, but he's also an expert in Forex trading as well. I want to thank him so much for sitting in on the Prime Real Estate Network podcast. And I'd like to introduce to our audience, Mr. Corey Williams. How you doing, Corey?
I'm doing fantastic, sir. How are you?
Man, it's great to have you sitting in with us, man. Ever since Larry told us that you were able to sit in with us, man, I've been really excited about sitting down with you because I believe some of the things that you're doing with your platform and your organization is something that the members of our audience not only could learn from, but could take great advantage of when it comes to setting themselves up to become generationally wealthy. So for those in our audience, Corey, who are being introduced to you for the first time, could you introduce yourself, talk a little bit about your organization and what it is that you all do over there, sir?
And thank you, Mr. Brooks. Shout out to the Prime Real Estate Network and to Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm. You guys have been trailblazers and pioneers in the real estate community and giving back and just really planting your flag here in the Houston community and helping so many people. So I just want to thank you guys for the opportunity. But my name is Crypto Corey, born and raised here in Houston, Texas. Graduated from Eisenhower High School on the north side, class of 2000. Then also graduated from University of Houston. I'm just blessed to be here, blessed to have this opportunity to share the financial intelligence. We've heard the book, The Emotional Intelligence, but to share the financial intelligence that I believe, as you said, will help a lot of people close the wealth gap, starting with real estate. But then, we have real estate's one of the number one ways to wealth. But not only is that one of the number one ways to wealth, we have other sources that can get us there as well. But I just want to appreciate you guys and thank you for having me.
No, appreciate you, Corey. Good to have you back with us, Mr. Brooks.
Man, real quick, I apologize. It looks like the power went out, so everything dropped. But I don't know if we got a chance to say how long, how many years myself and Corey go back when it comes to just being introduced. The thing is, the funny thing about that is I've had an opportunity to be blessed enough to watch his cultivation and to who he's become, a trustworthy person, a loyal person that's actually learning how to print money, I like to think. And then he's had an opportunity to just watch the journey of not only Prime Real Estate Network, but the Brooks and Davis brand, the Larry Brooks brand, because I wasn't who I am today when he and I met over 20 plus years ago. So just being able to watch each other's elevation, man, is amazing. So thank you for being here, Corey, again, my man.
No, thank you. Thank you.
Now, Corey, the great thing about having you on and the reason why I was excited to interview you is because your expertise lies in cryptocurrency and Forex trading. And these are things that for the last maybe 5 or 10 years have become a little bit more commonplace as far as the American lexicon, as far as discussion, but may not have always been prominently displayed in a way where those laymen could understand the ins and outs and how to actually get involved in that industry. So what initially attracted you to cryptocurrency and Forex as an investment vehicle? And with your experience in that realm, what have you seen that would allow members of our audience to start to create generational wealth using those vehicles?
So I'll break it down, and it's going to be in very layman's terms, where everybody can understand it, because a lot of times when people talk about Forex, which is foreign exchange, they think it's a network marketing company. They think it's one of those deals, but it's not. Forex is foreign exchange. Forex is when you go to another country. When you go to Europe, you exchange the US dollar for the euro and peso. When you go to Canada, you exchange the US dollar for the Canadian dollar. When you go to Japan, you exchange the US dollar for the Japanese yen. So most people don't realize that we're participating in Forex, whether we like it or not, if you travel, and so that's what Forex is. And so once I realized that when I got into the industry, it was $6.6 trillion per day being traded in the Forex market. And now it's $7.5 trillion per day, and per day. And so think about it like this. I was investing in the trucking industry. I was like, man, something's got to change. And I was already doing Forex, already doing crypto, but I heard Trump at the time, he was the president, and he said that the U.S. Armed Forces, he's going to require everybody in the military to get a vaccine with a company called Moderna. I had no clue what Moderna was. I had an extra $10,000, and I was like, man, I think this is the one, because if he's going to require the whole military to get a vaccine from a company called Moderna, I was like, that's a no-brainer. Then it's going to trickle down to everybody else. So after that, I called my son's mom. She's a pharmacist. And I was like, what is Moderna? She's like, it's like Eli Lilly. It's like Pfizer. It's like Johnson & Johnson. I was like, okay. So it's a pretty big company. She says they're not as big as them companies, but they're pretty big. I put that $10,000 in Moderna in the stock market. And Moderna went from roughly probably about $30 a share to over $200-some a share in less than 5 months.
Wow.
After 5 months, this was probably January. After 5 months, January 2020. After 5 months, then they require, different people in different sectors. And so the benefits of Forex, and when it really clicked for me, is that you can make money whether the market is going down or going up. So the U.S. economy started tanking, but Moderna started going up. Does that make sense? So I was on a sell on US 30 or the Dow or the NASDAQ 100 or the S&P. And on Moderna, I was on a buy. So I was making money both ways. That makes sense. And so when I found out the power of Forex, and I knew that not only would this affect us, but then I started looking in Europe. Europe starts shutting down quicker than America. I started looking at Asia. I started looking in the Arab countries. And so that's when it really, that's when I really turned things up. I've been trading Forex for about 6 years now. And I understood it. I never forget. I was in the freshman at U of H. I did a study abroad in England, and my family raised some money. I'm from Fifth Ward, so we're not raised with a silver spoon. So my family did some bake sales, some car washes, and raised some money. Sent me to Europe with $5,000, 5,000 USD. I landed in Gatwick. I gave the lady, my mom said, you'll see a foreign exchange place. Go exchange your money. They got a different currency over there. My mom ain't never left the country. I gave them 5,000 USD. They gave me 3,500 euro. I thought the lady was playing games with me. She said, sweetheart, I'm not playing games with you. She said the exchange rate is 1.61. So that means to every dollar, the euro at that time was 61 cents higher. So those basis points, that was the difference. And so 3,500 euro for $5,000, that's what it was. And so at that time, Forex clicked to me. But if I would have took economics in high school, in which I was an athlete, I didn't want to take the economics of calculus, but then I would have understood that. And so some people don't understand Forex, let alone crypto, because crypto is Web 3.0. The internet, cell phones, crypto is Web 3.0. And so this is crypto is like the next .com boom. Remember when people were buying up the domain names and making money off of it? You know, America really pushed the agenda of the internet. And so that's why you get Google, you get Yahoo, you get Microsoft, you get all these big internet companies out of the U.S. So the U.S. pushed that agenda to have it here. But now crypto and blockchain technology, and so many people, they come across these scams because they don't know what they're doing. But if our grandmothers or our mothers would have learned how to use the internet at that time, then our outtake on the internet would have been different. I never forget there was a time where my mom was like, don't put your credit card online because they're going to steal your credit card information.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yep.
You know, and don't give nobody your password. But these are certain things now in crypto. You don't give anybody your keys. Don't give anybody, you know, you have 2FA, two-factor authentication. So it's just, we got to educate ourselves in this space, and then we can participate in it and monetize in it. Because right now we're in a bull run for crypto. It always happens on election years. And, you know, this is times where you can literally, you know, 5X, 10X your money in the next 12 to 18 months if you know what you're doing. Now, in 1998, 1999, you know, if you just went and put your information on the internet, they would steal it from you. So you got to know how to move in this space. And that's what I do. I provide education. I don't trade nobody money. I don't touch nobody money. I teach them how to invest in crypto and or Forex, when to get in, when to get out, when to stay away.
No, that's really powerful, man. I appreciate you sharing that message, because so many times we meet people, we see things, and there's always conflicting opinions. And of course, amongst experts, there's going to always be differing of opinions. But it's always great to have someone like yourself who can say, yes, they have differing opinions, but this is where they have a middle ground. These are the things that are consistent. These are some of the foundational beliefs that you can look and take to the bank as far as how to make a sound investment decision. Corey, one of the things that you mentioned is that you actually educate and you have classes and workshops. Those that come to you, that seek out the education, what is it about your message that they gravitate towards? Because I'm sure you ask people, how did you find out about me? What is it that drove your interest in crypto? What is it that you found is that overarching need that's in the community that people like yourself and Larry and myself are trying to assist in getting the message out to bring them in as far as changing their lives for the better?
Well, here's the thing. Now we have access to information and technology, and nobody should be broke, especially in America. Being broke is childish when you got access to the information and the technology. So you can, instead of watching the Olympics all summer, Thursday night football.
Tonight, Texas.
No, Friday night high school to watch football. So instead of spending that much time watching sports or watching other people make money, you could be investing in your personal development or investing in. Listen, if you put 10,000 hours into anything, you become an expert. You guys then become a household name in Houston, Texas, just by sitting and not reading and investing in your education and putting that work in and rolling up your sleeves, being out in the community, knocking on doors. I've seen Larry at probably 100 networking events over the years.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, and some of those, and passing out flyers and just marketing and branding. And so, it's the consistency of having a desire to learn. So, number one, what separates and differentiates myself is, number one, the day and time we live in. Some people want to see some lifestyle. Yeah. And where I'm from, my grandmother, great grandma always say, never show anybody or tell anybody how much money you have. But some people, they want to see that lifestyle. And so they see I travel a lot. I've been traveling, for 20 something years. I've been in 47 countries. So I came up with a phrase called trade and travel, because literally working hard is overrated. I don't want to be on a 40-40-40 plan, working 40 hours a week for 40 years and try to retire on 40% of the income that I couldn't afford to live off of in the beginning. So that lifestyle of being able to travel and trade, for me, I have a concept. I teach scalping. I teach people to get in and out within an hour, 2 hours. I'm done before 10 o'clock in the morning. I can only get so many massages. I can only get my feet and nails done so much. I can only, and so my lifestyle has kind of changed. Where people say, "Man, well, I see you traveling all the time." Well, I love to travel because it's a mental escape for me. Because I have a philosophy where I work 25 days out the month, balls to the wall. I'm going hard. 25 days out the month. Then 5 days, I'm gonna go shut it down and do nothing. But trading has afforded me to be able to do that. Literally, when you're playing in a $7.5 trillion per day market, an extra $1,000 a day, you're not a grain of sand on the beach. Mm-hmm. You're not a grain of sand on the beach making an extra $1,000 a day in less than an hour or two. Extra $10,000 a day, you might be a rock, but you don't stand out. An extra $100,000 a day, okay, you're a boulder. Somebody's looking at you. $1 million a day. Banks are trading our money every single day. Whenever you cash your check, why don't they give you all your money? They wait 2 or 3 days and they trade your money. So they may 1x, 2x. They may make some money on your money, and then then give you your check after they made money on your money. You got hedge funds like BlackRock. My case now they're starting to get into the crypto space now. So because we have access, anticipating this financial.
That's right.
Space. Trading in less than an hour. You see what I'm saying? So it's an even playing field. And once you have that knowledge and information and know how to, read the market, know how to research. So you got to become a better person. In order for me to get to $1 million a day, I got to become $1 million a day knowledgeable person with that information, if that makes any sense. So it's about the person you become on this journey into real estate and to the financial space, because both of these ways are the only ways to wealth. You're always going to have a place to live, and there's always going to be money being exchanged. It went from fiat cash until now it's digital. See, we woke up one day and there was Zelle and our back office and our banks. We did an update. It was Zelle, PayPal, Cash App, Venmo. These are forms of digital currency. So that's the way that we're going. But don't forget, a little bit over 100 years ago, we were where we were trading gold, or it was a barter system. Even before that. So that's the growth of money, and we can't keep doing the same thing. We can't keep doing the same thing the same way and expecting different results. And so, learning about money and from a different perspective and how to grow your money, that's what it's all about.
Yep. No, man, that's outstanding work, Corey. I want to give you an opportunity to talk to the audience as far as how they can tap in with you, become a part of your movement, see some of your past educational videos and things you've done, because you've been such a rock as far as the educational space when it comes to Forex and crypto. I want to give everyone in the audience an opportunity to go back, catch up on your back catalog, become more knowledgeable, and then be able to move forward and build as you grow with your movement.
Well, here's one thing, and Larry knows this, man. And I watched Larry and yourself over the years start to do things like this podcast. Y'all got 20 plus years worth of knowledge and information, but I never wanted to be an internet guy. We know what those internet guys are. I ain't want to be a dude standing in front of somebody's car, rent somebody's, private jet, just trying to finagle and hustle people with lifestyle. But then I didn't want people to count my pockets. So, but then now,
and what, Corey, it's funny. That's a fine line too. Just trying to watch, because you ain't got time for people to try to count your pocket and trying to do too much because of where we come from, right? You out of Fifth Ward, I'm out of South Park. That's just not what we do, So it's different now. But I get what you're saying.
Okay, that's not the lights and the camera and the producer from before the internet. People know me from before the internet and before social media, before cell phones, and so, my name has always preceded me because I've been a hustler. Like I've had 3 jobs since I was 13 years old, 3 sources of income. In high school, I had 3 jobs: student council, class president. But I never wanted to be an internet guy, so I'm starting to be an internet guy, but with tangible proof. I'm not one of the people that you can't pull up on. You want to meet me in person?
Thanks.
We can meet in person. You know, you want to see a live account? Portfolio. You laugh when people ask, "Oh, you really doing that?" Yeah, I'm really doing it. Yeah, it's really real. It's tangible. It's touchable. You can see it, touch it, smell it, all of that. And so now I'm starting to do more, group trainings. I do that 3 days a week where I live trade with people, a live account. They see my wins, they see my losses. I help people, and then I have a YouTube channel. I really haven't. It's hard for me because then people start asking for money. They start asking for favors. They want you to donate to their kids' jerseys and stuff like that.
Facts, no doubt about it.
And it's like
it's hard to get around all of that.
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I've helped retire my mom. My grandmother's good. The kids are good. You know, but you got to take care of home first. And so I'm becoming that internet guy where I'm starting to put more content out there. And people are like, man, I love your content. See, most people never had a conversation with me. They know me from kicking it, or they see me out. They see me with some women, but they don't really know me. They don't know my mental IQ. They don't know me like that. You see what I'm saying? And so now I'm starting to put more content out there, and people are loving it. I was a theater major, so speaking, you know, I grew up in the church. Speaking is second nature to me. I know you was prepping me, Rick, before, but you could turn the lights on, and I do this in my sleep. You know, so I'm starting to put that out there. But my website is cryptocorey.co. You can find me hashtag CryptoCorey on any social media platforms. And here's my thing: I have a passion for teaching kids, because I wish that somebody gave me the financial. See, Forex been around for hundreds of years. See, wow. Wells Fargo used to trade slaves. Yeah, Wells Fargo used to trade cotton. Okay, look at their logo. Go do the history of that. So trading has been around for eons. People, you can trade lumber, you can trade cattle, you can trade gold, you can trade oil. There's different commodities. You know, one quick nugget. What just happened last week with the airlines and the internet short outage? I did a long sale on oil and made a killing on that, because you know the world economics affects the market. So I always tell people, you know, I'm everywhere. I'm outside. I can be found. I ain't playing with nobody. I ain't touching nobody money. I got plenty of it, more than I can shake a stick at. And I'm just trying to educate people, kids, even baby boomers, because a lot of baby boomers are too young to retire, too old to rehire. So they're looking for another source of income. Yeah. You know, so I'm everywhere. I'm everywhere like American Express, man. CryptoCorey.co. The Crypto Corey on Instagram. I'm everywhere, and I'm accessible, and I have a desire to give people this financial information that I have, because literally it can put an extra comma in your bank account, and it can also change your zip code.
Yeah. You know, one of the other, because we had one of our past alumni, shout out to Ford Hustle. Ford Hustle did a testimony on the way that you've helped him out on his journey with that. So that's powerful within itself, because you know he's much known in the community through the real estate industry and building out his brand as well. Corey, how is it that you find your way getting into this entrepreneurship journey? Like, what did that look like? Was it a family member that showed you something, or was it something that you picked up on? But what got you actively involved in, like, listen, this is what I need to be doing?
Okay, and you know this, Larry, but I'll give this information to the audience. So I was 21, out of college, and I was working for an oil and gas company. It was a Dutch company. So I was living out of a suitcase. Like, I wasn't homeless, but I was always on the road. So I'm making 6 figures, but I ain't got time to spend my money. And so I would go to Shadow Bar on Fridays. That's when bottles was $150. I would buy 3 sections because I didn't want nobody sitting next to me. I had an M3 sitting outside. I was driving on 2 wheels. I was driving as fast as I could drive. And so I was at an event one day, and a gentleman by the name of Emmanuel Bernstein. I was out in the field. I was out in the field prospecting his clients. So Mr. Bernstein, he was like, man, I'm sitting here, see you. I'm walking out. He said, I'm sitting. And he was like, man, I want to invite you out to something because I got more brothers that look like me and you that's doing well. And I saw him with the custom suit. He had the fat knot. That's when he used to wear the fat knot back in the day on the tie. I saw the S550 Benz outside, and I'm like, he was like, man, I live right here. This was before it was off of Highway 6. So I guess that's like Sienna Plantation area. So he was in the neighborhood back in the day with Ken Hamlin, with one of the other guys. He was there. And so I went and saw, sat down with him at his home. We sat at a Starbucks. Then he introduced me to David Imanitia. So Bernstein was the first person that recruited me in network marketing, prepaid legal. So I went there and everybody clapping. I'm like, man, it's almost like church, man. Like everybody sharp. Everybody, it was at the Holiday Inn off of 610. I was like, man, I'm like, I'm already making six figures. I'm 21 from the hood making six figures. I would spend my money in the clubs from Thursday to Sunday. Then I would live off $200-300 for the rest of the week. Just that not having that financial knowledge to do something with the money. And so I got in prepaid legal, and I didn't do well in prepaid legal, man. But then me and David went to YTB, Your Travel Biz, and that's when it really started to click. So they used to call me the travel man. So that's when I started traveling. It's 2005. And I was like, man, traveling is cool, man. It's the water different over here, the air different over here, the women different, the food different. Like I want to travel. That's all I want to do is travel. And then we went there to Organo Gold. I never forget, I was in Bahamas on a cruise, and David kept calling me. And he was like, man, we're going to sell coffee, man. I seen Holton Bugs back office. He made $600,000 in 3 months or 4 months. I said, man, that's Holton money. They ain't got nothing to do with me. I said, I don't even drink coffee. He said, man, and he kept calling me. This one, when the long distance calls was $1.99 a minute. I'm like, David, hey man, you gonna pay for this phone bill because you keep calling me, man. Don't matter if you picked it up or not, you still get money. And so when I got back, Holton sat down, did a napkin presentation. And I think this was around the time, man, when you guys had first got your office over there, because I think I came over there to talk to y'all at one point. And so, man, then OGs just took off, man. A lot of people drink coffee. I don't. But Warren Buffett says that what the world does, what you enjoy should be your hobby. What the world enjoys should be your business. And we
that's
made
a gem right there.
We made something with a comma, a couple commas in Organo Gold, man. And it really changed my zip code, changed my life. I saw David just really take off, man. And he was one of those guys that back then he didn't have the money. I was picking him up because he didn't have a car. Man, we was going to Grand Lux, not even a Grand Cheesecake Factory. We was prospecting people at Starbucks and at the Gallery, and people laughed at us. They laughed. They laughed, man. These boys walking around the mall. They talking to everybody about coffee, but they're not laughing no more.
Yeah, they're not
listen,
laughing. Corey, let me be a testimony to that. I saw that entire journey, like you said, and you're right. They not laughing no more, bro. And I love it because I tell people all the time. I'm saying, like, when you live a little bit, you get an opportunity to see some journeys that you thought were scams or you thought was pyramid schemes and all that. I say now, you want to see a real pyramid scheme, you get to dealing with your Bernie Madoffs, but y'all ain't want to call that no pyramid scheme when them kind of cats do it. But when we out there, like you said, prospecting and moving through, looking sharp, but just trying to figure the journey out, man, they're not laughing no more, Corey. I'm on board with you with that for sure.
Yeah, they're not laughing no more. And it's funny that they're not laughing no more because they look at you a little bit different. They treat you a little bit different. Then they say, I remember when. You see what I'm saying? And so they're not laughing no more, man. And it's funny from a different perspective because I knew that this journey would pay off. I just knew. See, I tell people I'm a 20-year overnight success. You see me now, but you don't remember when I used to be door-to-door sales, walking holes in my shoes. You don't remember when I was living in a one-bedroom apartment with my mama eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You don't remember when I had 3 jobs through college. You don't remember when, relationships didn't work out because you always working. You understand what I'm saying? So putting in that work, man, it's a beautiful thing. And I love that process. I love that journey. And I love what you guys have been doing, man. Y'all are pioneers. Y'all are living legends. I give y'all your flowers while you're here. And Larry, just to see your growth over the years, they don't remember the South Park Larry.
Yeah. No doubt
they don't know that guy, man. They
right.
see this now. I never forget. I remember when you start working out and working on your health, and I was like, Larry, man, what you doing, man? And that's when I knew that you were serious. Just for your kids and for your business, but business has gone to another level once you start taking that health serious.
Yeah.
Because you can't take it with you. And
Right.
like you said, as we grow, as we keep waking up and putting our feet on the floor every morning, we start to see different journeys of different people. And it's a beautiful thing. Some good, some bad. But listen, hey, we're here to last, man, because we got something right between these two ears that most people don't have.
That's right.
That never can be taken away.
No, but Corey, man, it's been honor and a pleasure to have you sitting in with us, man, because these gems that you're sharing help to not only give the members of our audience an idea of what kind of mindset and what type of focus is necessary to achieve certain goals. I want to urge everyone in the audience to take your advice, tap in, follow you on social media, become a part of what you're doing, and ultimately educate themselves. Because the thing that you mentioned that was so powerful were the trillions of dollars that are getting exchanged, and there's no boundary to entry for any of us, especially here in the United States, like you mentioned. So thank you so much, Corey, for sitting in. If you ever would like to come back and sit in with Larry and I, you have a seat with us anytime. Please keep us up to date as far as everything you got going, man. And we look forward to speaking with you soon. Thank you so much.
I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for having me. I'll see you guys at the top. Take care. God bless.
Absolutely.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah. Hey, man, it's always good, man, when we can get a North Sider on the show who about nothing but bread and paper and getting after it, man. Yeah. Make me feel good, man, when Antoine Goldbank represent, when Fifth Ward represent. You know what I mean? Yeah. But, man, in all seriousness, man, this was a great show. It's the kind of thing that inspires you going into a busy weekend. Yeah. So with that inspirational message that Corey shared with us, man, what's going on this weekend in the world of the Texas Real Estate King?
Sound good, man. Listen, tonight I'm going somewhere to check out the Houston Texans. That's with ball season, Thursday night football season. Listen, we got one of our best wide receivers. He getting ready to get inducted in the Hall of Fame. Tonight is the night, man. We getting back into the lifeblood of the American society, and that's football, baby.
But look, kind of like what Corey said, he's seen you evolved as a businessman and entrepreneur. Larry, I've seen you evolve as a sports fan. I know. And this transformation to me is amazing.
It is. It's crazy because you watch me go through a journey and not even. I remember you telling me, listen, you the first person I ever met that played a football, had played a sport, had a full scholarship playing this sport, and didn't even really watch it. I didn't even care about it when I was playing.
Used to blow my mind. Well, congratulations, dog. We glad that you came on in. And for the record, Larry Brooks is asking everybody in the audience to watch preseason football. For the record. So, look, man, dog, I appreciate you, man. Big Q, shout out to you, man. Great job having Corey sit in with us, man.
Yeah. Man.
Look, man, I want to urge everyone in the audience until next week, Mr. Brooks and myself, just an email, text, direct message away. For everyone in the Prime Real Estate Network audience, man, we ask everyone, until next Thursday, please be safe and be blessed.
Blessed.